Hello friends, it's Katty. Welcome back. I have another video for Shimmerz paints. I want to remind you, if you place any orders on the Shimmerz website, make sure you mention my name in the comments section at checkout and you will receive a freebie with your order. The link to Shimmerz will be below. They have tons of awesome products. So I'm going to begin today's layout with some gesso here. I'm just adding gesso with my finger. You're going to notice my whole setup here is a little bit different because I am actually making this layout at a crop. So the background or the tablecloth that was on the table was very dark. So I just added white cardstock so it can just be a little bit lighter because I didn't take a mat with me. So I let my gesso dry and then I'm going to come in with this pink, which is a coloring that's pink stiletto. This is one of my favorite pinks. I'm just using the packaging to kind of mask off the spray so that it doesn't spray everywhere because I didn't want to get paint all over all those papers in the background, even though some of them do end up getting paint on them, which is fine, but I didn't want to get a huge mess of paint everywhere. So that's why I'm just spraying carefully and using the packaging to kind of mask off the area. So I spray it and then I use the packaging to kind of distribute the color a little bit better, make it look a little bit more random, which is what I like with this, with the mixed media. So I went ahead and let that dry. I did pull out the stencil, which I am going to use in just a second, but I'm going to continue working on this background color and just keep adding layers of pink. I just showed you there the raspberry sherbet, which is the pasties that I'm going to use, a texture paste, which I will use through that stencil. Again, that'll be in just a second. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use another colorings. This one is no yoking. So I'm going to go ahead and use that and just spray it around, and I'm just going to kind of keep it, or try to keep it in these pretty colors, the pinks and the yellows. Eventually I will bring in some of a sort of a light minty green color, but that'll be towards the end. So I let those two colors dry, and then I'm going to go over with my stencil. If you notice, I did edit this video a whole lot, but if you notice there's like a few seconds where I'm not doing anything, it's because I'm chatting away. I had to edit so much out of this video because I was just yapping away for a long period of time. So I had to edit out a whole bunch of it. So that was fun. But yeah. So that's why if you see at any point that I'm not doing anything or I stop what I'm doing, it's that. But I did try to edit as much of it as I could, so shouldn't be too bad. So here I go with the stencil. This is just a Prima stencil from my stash, and I'm using the pasties, which is the texture paste, which is awesome. And I love this color. And I just going over the mist that I did. So just going over it in a few areas. You can see kind of where the pink is. It doesn't show up that much. You can see it more over the yellow areas, but it still shows up, and especially in person. And of course, with my photo and everything, a lot of the things get covered up, but it's okay. It happens, right? But a good amount of the stencil work is still showing, so I'm happy with it. So I went ahead and let that dry as well. I'm going to add some splatters with the pink stilettos here, just to bring in a little bit more fun and interest. I love doing splatters. I think splatters are amazing. So here I go, just doing some splatters. And then I'm going to take my little wipey, which I have in my hand, and just kind of dab them so they can dry a little bit quicker. And I came back. I started kind of working with these embellishments from the Bella Boulevard Make Your Mark collection. I wanted to use these flowers. That's kind of why I did this color scheme, but I end up not using them. I think a part of me just wants to hoard them, honestly. I want to use them because I know I need to use them up, but part of me just honestly wants to hoard them forever. So I pulled out these Dear Lizzie stickers, and they were kind of perfect because they're birthday themed. I can't remember what collection this is from. I know they're Dear Lizzie, but they're perfect because they are birthday themed. It's my mom's birthday. This is just her with my two boys and then my niece and nephew, and this was on her birthday. So it's just a really cute picture of all of them. I did print it in black and white. So it was perfect because I got to use the balloon, I got to use the present, the eat cake, which was perfect. So it all worked out in the end. So I'm glad I actually brought these with me to the crop, because when I went to the crop, or when I packed for the crop, I only packed a few things. I packed pretty lightly, but something told me to grab these, and I did, and I'm so glad that I did, because they worked out perfectly for this, and the colors worked out perfectly. The one color that I'm going to add is going to be the sort of minty green, which is in those chipboard pieces, and I'm going to add some of that towards the end here, and you'll see that in just a little bit. But yeah, these chipboard pieces worked out really great, and this is all I used to embellish this. So I'm going to use two other circle elements that are on that chipboard sheet, which are just circles, and I'm going to use them as if they were balloons. So I'm going to create a cluster of 3 balloons, which are not really balloons, but they are because I made them into balloons. So I'm going to cluster those, and you can see those there, and I had to pop that one up to kind of overlap with the other one, and I'm just trying to figure out how I want them to lay here. So yeah, I'm gonna fuss with them for a little bit until I get them situated and to look a certain way. So just takes me a minute. And I didn't do any a mat or anything around my photo. I just kind of let it be. So I love how this looks. Yeah, the photo just kind of stands out, even though the background is really busy and there's a lot going on, and I love it. The photo still is a focal point, so I love that. So yeah, so here I go adding some more yellow back here. I took this paper. This is a sheet of paper from the Bella Boulevard Make Your Mark collection, and I just gutted the center so I wouldn't waste it, and then I'm going to use the whole frame around my layout so that I can have a nice yellow frame around the whole page. So yeah, did that, and my paper is a little bit warped. I'm gonna have to, or I had to lay some flat things over it to get it to flatten out a bit, because it was pretty warped, even though I used gesso. You know, it's funny, sometimes I use gesso and it warps more than I would expect, and then sometimes I don't, and it doesn't warp at all. So that's you know, that's how it is. So here's where I said, okay, so I added that minty green balloon element up there, so I need to add some more mint green. So I'm going to go ahead and take another Shimmerz, and this one is, I'm pretty sure this is Oh Say Can You See. It's a pretty green color, and I just blot it to make sure I get the lightest version of it. So right away when I put the color down, I just blot it with my wipe, and it just, or a paper towel I think I was using at this point, and it just makes it very light and that pretty light minty color, which matches the elements in this chipboard pack. So I'm just going to add that around the page. I'm a little bit off camera here. Again, this is not my normal setup. So I'm just adding some of that mint in 4 areas, basically on the 2 sides and the top and the bottom, to bring in some of that pretty mint color into this. So I'm just kind of adding a little bit to my packaging just with the nozzle from the bottle, and then I just use the packaging technique and just kind of smush it onto the page, and so you get that very random packaging technique look, but yeah, it still is controlled, and it still kind of goes where I want it to. So that's what I'm doing here, just adding some of that mint color. So I wanted to add some there right above the photo, just so that it wouldn't kind of be on the four, you know, top, bottom, left and right, 4 corners, I guess. You know, I kind of wanted some in the middle so it could kind of look like it was meant to be that way. And then here I go adding some at the top, and then wiping that down. And I love how that looks. I love what that mint added to this. I think it looks great. So I'm going to add some splatters and the mint, and I'm also going to add a chipboard piece from that pack underneath the photo in that light mint color, because I think it needed something else in that mint color. But that's gonna be it. I love how this turned out. I love these colors together. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you go check out my blog post and check out Shimmerz paints. I will have them linked below. Remember, if you place any orders in the Shimmerz website, when you check out in the comments section, just mention my name, just write out Katty, and you will receive a freebie with your order. So that's always awesome to get free products. For buying products that you love. So here are a few close-up shots. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them below. I love to hear from you guys. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. I would love that. Thank you so much for stopping by today and have a wonderful day. Bye.